you have an arraignment set for your violation of probation in front of Judge Beamer on June 6, 2023 at 8:45 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Bond is being stayed as far as I know. You also may have an out-of-county warrant from Orange County, and your bond's being stayed on that as well. Is there anything else the defense has?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, best of luck to you, sir.
Sir.
Anything else from Osceola?
Okay. Okay. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Hanging out. All right, we're doing the interpreter cases first. I'm gonna get the interpreter back on the line. While we're doing that, this is Orange County first appearances. Can I have appearances on behalf of the state?
Kathleen Kennedy Swanson.
Brad Bolin on behalf of the Public Defender Office.
Say it a little bit louder for me.
Brad Bolin on behalf.
Thank you, Mr. Boland.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter, and I have been previously sworn.
Okay, thank you. We're getting the interpreter cases out first.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Boland, if you have any issues, feel free to interject yourself. Otherwise, there's a good chance I don't ask you to say anything, okay?
Will do, Your Honor.
We've agreed on all but one.
I think you'll come around before.
Okay, well, got some time. See how.
I like it. The buttering up before it comes.
And Your Honor, if you'll allow me to confirm the headphones with each defendant before we get started, the interpreter would appreciate it.
Okay, I'll think about it. That was a
Thank
joke.
you, Your Honor.
That was a joke.
No, perfectly fine. It's Saturday. I understand.
It was a bad joke.
Haven't had the pleasure of working with you before, Your Honor, since you're in civil, but it's nice to meet you.
Too. All right, we got our first one in. He's putting his headphones on.
Sí.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm that this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Okay, are you going to say that each time?
I can, Your Honor. That's usually
You
my
really don't
standard
need
practice.
to. No, you don't need to. I'll just assume unless you interrupt me, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, not a problem.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name?
Cristian Gabriel Pérez Bay.
All right, sir, you've been arrested for grand.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. My apologies. I just need to clarify the name. He said it very, very quickly.
Okay.
My apologies. I'm going to ask him to repeat it.
Cristian Gabriel Pérez Bay.
Cristian Gabriel Pérez Valles.
All right, sir, you were arrested for grand theft.
Your Honor, this is Christian Perez Baez. I think it's on the traffic docket.
Sorry, I'm used to going the wrong way. Christian Perez. Oh, I'm sorry. Wasami Al-Kabani bonded out? Yes, sir. Okay, great. All right, my apologies. So, Mr. Christian Perez Baez, it appears you're here on 4 cases. That's 2023 CT 3383, 2023 CT 3382, 2023 CT 3384, and 2023 MM 3480. Twenty twenty three CT 3384 is no valid driver's license. 2023 CT 3383 is no motor vehicle registration. 2023 CT 3382 is reckless driving.
Your Honor, I have a probable cause challenge on the reckless driving. There's no specific facts. He kind of lumped it in as a general, at least.
And then 2023 MM 34 is 80 are those charges, I believe, plus resisting an officer without violence. I'm gonna appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Your probable cause challenges says to what?
On the reckless driving, Your Honor, there was no fact specific as to how the driving was reckless. It said there's general statements that the group of people were driving recklessly, but nothing specific to Mr. Perez Bias.
Ms. Kennedy
No
Swanson.
objection, ROR to count two.
Okay. And based on the state not objecting, we'll, as to count 2, we'll release on his own recognizance. As to count 1, I'll find probable cause for resisting officer without violence.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial.
Okay. As to count 3, I'll find probable cause as to no motor vehicle registration. And as to count 4, no motorcycle, I'll find probable cause as to no motorcycle license. Is there any objection to pretrial release? Does the defendant want pretrial release?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we'll release Mr. Perez Baez on pretrial release as to all remaining counts other than count 2, which you'll be ROR'd on for no probable cause. Are there any conditions of release being requested by the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. If you have any questions, ask the lawyer. Best of luck to you.
No conditions for him, Your Honor.
¿Todo está bien?
Sorry,
No conditions for his
Everything's fine
pretrial.
then?
hold on.
No conditions for his pretrial.
That's correct. All right, everything's good. Next case is Noel Trejo Acosta.
Figure it out. You get it. Okay.
I blame you. I want you to know that. Didn't we used to throw them away? All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Noel Trejo Acosta.
Okay, sir, you were arrested for driving under the influence, no valid driver's license, and refusal to submit to DUI breath testing. These are for cases 2023 CT 3385, 2023 CT 3386, and 3387. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you on those cases. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find that probable cause exists for those charges. We'll set your bond at, $500 for each count. That's $500 for count 1, $500 for count 2, and $500 for count 3. I'm gonna order you not to possess any alcohol while you're out on bond. If I haven't said so already, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir. You want these separated? Or do you want this with it? Okay, next is Caesar Almakar, XUCCHOCOOJ. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Buenos días, mi nombre es César Amilcar Shuk Chocó.
Cesar Amilcar Shuk Chocó.
All right, good morning, sir. You were picked up for failure to appear at arraignment. A warrant was issued for your arrest. court-issued bond in the amount of $2,000. Then there's trying to figure out what this other offense is, hold on. Then there's also 2023 CT 6256. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender on that case if you haven't been previously appointed. Where you were arrested for driving with no valid license, I'll find probable cause to exist on that offense. I'll set your bond at $500 in that case. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir.
My apologies, Your Honor. If the interpreter could get a confirmation of that case number, please.
2023 CT 6256.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, do we have any other Spanish interpreter cases? All right. Thank you, Mr. Interpreter. Have a wonderful day.
You as well, Your Honor. Have a good morning.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
Sierra, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, you were picked up for a failure to appear on the offenses of trespass in a structure, criminal mischief, and trespass upon the grounds of a facility or of a school. That was in case 2023 MM 1777. Your bond amounts were set at none, so you'll remain at no bond until you're seen by the trial judge. Let me make sure that's all the cases. No. You were also picked up in case 2023 MM 3466 for prostitution. Give me 1 second.
Remember we talked about back then?
I will find probable cause that exists for that offense.
The number.
We'll set your bond at $500. Does the state want any other conditions of release?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, ma'am. All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name?
Tyrone Swain, sir.
All right, you were picked up for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Can't afford nothing.
I have reviewed the affidavit. I am going to find probable cause exists for the arrest.
Your Honor, my client indicated he won't be able to post a financial bond. Would the court consider any terms of non-monetary release?
Sir, I have my mama in cotton in the bed, and I have chained up and I bathe her, and I won't be able to do it now. I'm in here. She's home by herself now. Probably wondering where I'm at.
Does the state want to be heard?
This is Mr. Swain.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the reason why he didn't qualify for PTR?
He's got a substantial criminal history. I'm assuming, but PTR can tell me if it's something else.
We weren't able to verify any of his information that he provided or his community ties.
Based on the history, for now, we're going to set his bond as to $500 on account one, $100 as to count two. I'm going to order him not to possess any alcohol or drugs. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir.
Arms down.
Morning, sir. Can I have your full name?
Vincent Francis Knapp, KNAPP.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you were picked up for failure to appear.
No. You got the wrong person here.
Okay, you had a warrant issued for your arrest for failure to appear. The warrant sets your bond at $500. You failed to appear for pretrial conference, so your bond will be set at $500.
I wasn't aware of
I
that.
wish the best of luck to you, sir.
There's,
The lady is going to escort you back into the cell, okay? Thank you.
there's 2 cases, Your Honor.
Sorry?
He has 2 cases.
He has 2 cases. Okay, give me 1 second.
You only have 1? Okay.
Which one do we have, 2 or 1?
Disregard, we'll just do just the failure to appear.
Was you're talking about the 2023 MM on your sheet? The 3443?
Yeah, you can disregard that one. We're
don't
just
see an
addressing his
affidavit.
failure to appear.
Okay. Then we're disregarding. Morning, sir. Can I have your name?
Brian B.
Brian B. Are you Brian Bookard?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a probable cause challenge.
Sure, give me 1 second.
Which case is the card?
Yeah, the resisting.
All right, sir, you're here on case 2023 MM 3467. You were picked up for resisting an officer without violence. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Is your probable cause challenge as the resisting?
Yes, Your Honor, the officer had no lawful duty to order him to do anything. The officer says that he was sitting in front of a closed business. I believe, my memory serves me correctly, it was around 5 or 6 o'clock. And then the officer was asking him to open his hand. My client refused. My client also refused to give his name. This is a consensual encounter. You don't have to give officers anything. You don't have to comply with any of their commands when it's consensual. Okay.
Okay. Then the court will find no probable cause exists as to resisting without violence. I've reviewed the affidavit. I think he has he's also has a pending case 2023 CF 4307. That case is ongoing, the way I understand it, and I'm not going to take any action today.
Thank you, Your Honor. Remember, you have another case.
So what, am I getting time served or what's going on?
Bring it out today. Make sure you find probable cause. Make sure you call us, okay?
I can send you down. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name?
Miles Lassard.
Sorry?
Miles Lassard.
All right. Mr. Lassard, you were picked up on possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. All right, based on the affidavit, I will find probable cause exists for the arrest.
Your Honor, my client indicated he doesn't have the financial means to post bond. Would the court consider non-monetary release?
Is non-monetary release different than pretrial release?
Asking for ROR in a fancy
Okay.
way. yeah.
All right, that's what I just want to make sure I understand what
No objection to ROR on Mr. Lesser's case?
No objection to,
ROR on Mr. Lesser's case?
okay. All right, then based on the state not having an objection, we'll release on your own recognizance, but just to be clear, there is probable cause for the offense. All right, thank you, sir. Best of luck to you.
This case didn't go away. Make sure you call us. You're gonna get out today, but you gotta make sure you call us, okay? Sorry, I forgot.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name?
Dennis Edward Nicholas.
Okay, sir, you were picked up for trespass on property after warning. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. I have reviewed the affidavit. I am going to find probable cause exists for the offense. It appears that you were also released on your own recognizance for 2 other cases. That's 2023 MO 588, 2023 MM 494.
Lest this court take no action on the add-on release cases.
Okay.
Thank you.
I won't take any action on the underlying offenses. Does defense want to be heard as the bond?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Nicholas indicated that he won't be able to post financial bond. If we can have him released ROR.
State have an objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Based on there not being an objection, we'll release Mr. Nicholas on his own recognizance. Best of luck to you, sir.
Very important. Yeah. I can't help you find your stuff, but I can help you in court. You gotta make sure you call me, okay? You're good, you're good, you're done.
Morning, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Can I have your full name?
I'm Johnny Lee Upshaw.
Give me 1 second.
Can I say something to the court if
No.
you don't mind?
Now, hold on 1 second for me, okay? Johnny Upshaw?
Yeah.
What I got next?
My understanding,
You don't have Mr. Upshaw?
yeah, sick.
You okay?
You gotta do that downtown. It's not gonna happen here today.
Yeah, I paid it off.
Right.
All right, Mr. Upshaw, you were picked up for a failure to appear. You had a possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia charge that you failed to show up for a status hearing on back last June. The warrant is holding you at no bond, so you'll be held at no bond until you until you go in front of the trial judge. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir.
You're gonna have to wait till we get you downtown, but we can get it done quick. Everything you said is true. We can be done.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Give me 1 second. All right, sir, can I have your full name, please?
Yes, sir. Joshua Slemons.
And can I have appearances from counsel?
Attorney Samantha Lambert covering for Attorney of Record David Webster.
All right, Mr. Slevins, you are picked up on a violation of probation warrant.
Yes, sir.
The judge, I believe, set your bond at none. So you're going to be held at no bond until you can get in front of the judge for a bond hearing, okay? If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Your Honor, I'd just ask you to note for the record, and I let the state know, the new law violation was no infoed on May 17th out of Volusia. So he's just left with the technicals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remind me what that means. Do I have to recall it tomorrow or something?
Unless defense waives his appearance.
Are you waiving his appearance?
No, Your Honor, if we could reset it. So there's significant Sixth Amendment right to counsel implications that happen if he doesn't acknowledge that he wants an attorney to be representing him. I'd prefer that he,
All right, if he doesn't acknowledge,
he needs to acknowledge that he wants an attorney in order for the Sixth Amendment protections to kick in.
does the state have an objection to me doing this without the defendant present?
I have no objection to doing without defendant present.
Mr. Cadet was picked up in case 2023 CF 6661, and I acknowledge I'm doing this over defense's objection. Although I guess you don't represent him yet, right?
Good point, Judge, yeah. No, you're right.
So the defendant doesn't have an objection that we know of. It's been brought to my attention he's refused to come up. going to review the affidavit briefly. All right, state, I don't, never mind. I found it. I guess I don't see the resisting with violence. Do you see resisting with violence?
No objection to RR to resisting with violence.
All right, I reviewed the affidavit. I'm going to find probable cause exists for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, false imprisonment, battery, domestic violence, and resisting an officer without violence. As to count 4, court will find no probable cause and ROR. As to count 1, the court will set bond at $2,500. As to count 2, the court will set the bond at $1,000. As to count 3, the court will set bond at $500. Count 4 is ROR, and count 5 will be $100. I'll order that he have no contact with the victim, that he be allowed to return to the scene if he lives with the victim on a one-time basis with the assistance of law enforcement, that he not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your name?
Brenda Lee Crespo.
You were arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. I will find probable cause exists for the offense. Do you live with Precious Santiago?
No, sir.
Is there any reason you need to have contact with her?
No, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, if we can, we'd ask the court to consider keeping the bond at $1,000 or less. She said that she'd be able to afford paying a bondsman $100.
Sure. Any objection to a $1,000 bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set bond at $1,000. I'll order the defendant to have no contact with the victim in this case and not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition.
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, okay? Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good morning. Can I have your full name, please?
Mabel Alonso Gutierrez.
All right, you were picked up for battery of domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Give me 1 second. Okay, I will find probable cause exists for battery. We do have someone here to speak. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
It's Tawana Rodriguez.
Okay, and what's your relationship to this lady over here?
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend? And are you the victim of this case?
Yes.
Do you want to be heard? Do
Yes.
you want to tell me something before I set bond?
May I
You can
inquire?
step on. I'm
We'll
good,
wait a
thank
second.
you.
Sorry?
I'm good, thank you.
You don't want to say anything?
No,
Do you want to press charges?
no,
Are you afraid of her?
no.
Okay, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you want to ask any questions? The state's going to ask you maybe a couple questions,
Okay.
okay?
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Yes.
No further questions.
No questions from the defense.
All right, I'm going to set bond at $250. I'm going to order her not to have any hostile contact with the victim in this case.
Yeah.
Any other conditions of release requested by the state?
No weapons or firearms.
Okay.
And you're also not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition, okay? All right, best of luck to you, ma'am.
Start fighting, you gotta get out of there. Okay?
All right, ma'am, can I have your full name, please?
Trini Brown.
Okay, Ms. Brown. Sorry, I picked up more than one. All right, Ms. Brown, you're here on battery, domestic violence, and criminal mischief. Looks like a warrant was already issued, and a judge already found probable cause for your arrest. The judge previously set bond at none for count 1 and $1,000 as to count 2.
Your
Your Honor,
Honor,
Ms. Brown's indicated to me she has no financial means to post a bond in this case. We just offer that for the court's consideration.
she qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
Well, I guess my first concern is the judge already set bond at none. So,
She's entitled to a bond. I think it's net bond because of just the DV nature.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you said she qualifies for pretrial release? Does
Yes,
the state
Your
want to be
Honor.
heard as pretrial release?
No objection. But obviously, no contact, no
I
weapon.
got you.
Can't go back there.
All right, ma'am, do you live with the victim?
Yes, I used to.
You used to, you don't anymore? Is that a no? You
Yes,
don't?
it's a no.
All right, then I'll find probable cause exists for the offense. Or both counts, I'll release you on pretrial release as to both counts. I'll order that you have no contact with the victim, that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while out on pretrial release. I'll also appoint the public defender if I haven't done so already. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Hold on one second. Oh, also, the warrant says do not return to the scene of the offense as described in the affidavit. I'm also going to order you not to return as part of your conditions of release. Thank you. Best of luck to you.
Go back there, you're not gonna get out of here.
Okay, sir, can I have your full name, please?
Scott Robert Jefferson Klein.
All right, Mr. Kalane, you were picked up for battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I have reviewed the affidavit. I am going to find that probable cause exists for that offense. Looks like you have an out-of-county hold from Pinellas as well.
Yes, sir. I was in the process.
It's fine. Proposed bond here, that hold's gonna kick.
Okay, so we'll set your bond at $500. Do you live with the victim in this case, Regina Woodyard?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim in this case. I'm going to allow you to return one time with the assistance of law enforcement. I'm also going to order that you not possess any firearms, weapons, or ammunition while out on bond. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Here you go.
Okay, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Carl Timothy Folsom.
All right, sir, you've been arrested for battery domestic violence.
I had a probable cause challenge.
I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can go ahead and be heard as your probable cause challenge, counsel.
And I don't know if everyone could check me on this, but I saw that he was being scratched and then put the alleged victim in a half Nelson guard. I don't know if I missed anything else.
Okay, state want to be heard as the probable cause?
I'll leave in the court's discretion.
All right, ma'am, what's your name?
Sherelle Folsom.
Okay, and what's your relationship to Mr. Felsen?
I'm his wife.
And are you wishing to pursue charges in this case?
No.
Do you feel safe with him coming back home?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Just that me and my kids need my husband.
Okay, does the state have any questions they want to ask?
No, Your Honor.
Defense will have any questions they want to ask?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and reviewing the affidavit, I'm not sure there isn't probable cause for battery domestic violence, so I'm going to order that he be released on his own recognizance.
Doesn't mean we can't pick up the case.
Any
Sir,
conditions?
best of luck to you.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
Thank you, ma'am. Best of luck to you.
Were you having any conditions, Your Honor? No hostile, no.
Can I give conditions of release if he's released, if I haven't
Okay.
found probable cause? I don't think.
No, Your Honor.
It's been a while, but. Okay, sir. Good morning. Can you tell me your name? All right, Mr. Graves. You were picked up for battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. After reviewing the affidavit, I will find probable cause exists for your arrest. You were also released on your own recognizance in case 2023 CF 4387, which is possession of cocaine. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. That was correct.
I'd point out to Your Honor, that has not been filed on yet.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, counsel?
That case hasn't been filed on yet. The possession of cocaine.
Okay, give me 1 second. Can I ask PTR a question? Pretrial release question. Why does it say ROR up here but $1,000 bond down here?
See who filled out the papers.
You want to look at it?
I have one. My system, it shows that it's ROR.
Do you have any idea what this $1,000 bond written down means?
Maybe they checked the wrong box, but the top one says ROR.
I know, but do you have any idea what that means? $1,000?
No.
Okay.
That was the original bond amount, sorry, when the probable cause affidavit, but then he was released ROR.
Okay. Then on the battery domestic violence, we're going to set bond at $500. I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim in that case. He's allowed one time back to the return of the residence to retrieve any possessions. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're out on bond on that case. As to case 2023 CF 4387, I'm going to revoke the release released on own recognizance, set bond at $500 in that case. Also going to order in that case that he not possess any drugs or alcohol.
Sir, what was the bond on the new law?
The bond on the new law is 500 and the bond on the old law is 500.
He gave you a bond. He hooked you up.
Okay. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Amon Hilton.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Hill.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, Mr. Hilt, you were arrested for battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Okay, I'll find probable cause exists for the arrest. Do you live with Albert Hilt? Sir,
At the time, yes, sir.
do you live with him anymore?
Yes.
You
Well,
still live with him?
yes, after this, well, I got to get my stuff out of there.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
Find probable cause for the offense, if I didn't say that already. We'll set bond at $500. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim. If you do live with the victim, I'm going to allow you to return one time with the presence of law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. I'm going to order you not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're out on bond.
Your Honor,
Do you have any-
sorry, he meets PTR.
Is there any objection to PTR?
No objection.
Remember, you can't go back there without law enforcement.
Okay, based on the nature of the offense and the criminal history, we're going to stay with the $500 and the same conditions of release. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, give you PTR. Another $500 for bond. Okay. They'll pick up on that because it's cheap. They'll, yeah, talk to them. They'll work with you. Call like a big bondsman.
Hey, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Ambrose Jones.
Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, you were arrested for domestic violence.
Yes.
I'm reviewing the affidavit. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
I also see that she meets PTR.
I'll find probable cause exists for the battery domestic violence. The state want to be heard as to PTR.
Leaving the court's discretion. It says here that the victim is going to attend initial appearance, but the victim doesn't appear to be here. Do you still live with Mr. Otis Gay?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the victim in the affidavit. I'm going to also order that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial release for battery domestic violence, and those will be your conditions of release. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
I don't know. That's a whole separate family court thing. DCF will be in contact with you though.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Antonio Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you're here for battery. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm reviewing the affidavit now.
right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Alexis Wagner.
Alexis Wagner? Okay. All right, based on the affidavit, I will find probable cause exists for the offense. Oh. Ms. Wagner, we're here for an initial determination of bond or release of Mr. Lewis. Do you have anything you want to tell the court before I make that decision?
I don't want to press charges. This is not something that never happened before. I don't feel unsafe.
Do you currently live with him?
Say one more time.
Do you currently live with him?
Yes.
Do you feel safe if he comes back to the house?
Yes, absolutely.
If something does happen again, do you feel comfortable calling the police?
Yes.
Does the state want to ask any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Defense have any questions?
Just one briefly. Ma'am, did you come down here with the intent to help Mr. Lewis get out by posting bond?
Yes.
Okay, nothing further, Your Honor. Your Honor, we'd ask that the court consider ROR given the testimony of the victim in this case.
Thank you. I'm gonna set bond at $500. I'm gonna order him not to have any contact, no hostile contact with the victim in this case, and not to possess any firearms, weapons, or ammunition while out on bond. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best of luck.
Can't get in fights. Okay, walk away.
Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Morning, Judge. Sebastian, last name Santiago.
All right, Mr. Santiago, you were picked up for domestic violence battery. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. All right, based on the affidavit, I will find probable cause that exists for battery. Order you not to have any contact with the victim in this case. I'll allow you one time to return to the residence to get any belongings that you may need to get. Also, I'm going to order that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're out on bond.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial.
Sir, would you prefer a $500 bond, or would you like to be released on pretrial release?
I can do the $500.
You'd prefer the $500 bond?
Sir.
Okay. Then I'll set your bond at $500.
Is that better?
If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, okay?
Depends. Doesn't matter.
All right, good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Robert Shear.
All right, Mr. Scherer, you're here on a charge of battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm reviewing the police affidavit right now for your arrest. I will find probable cause exists for the charge. One second. Is defense requesting pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, you want to be heard?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, he does qualify for pretrial release. I will release him on to pretrial release for the battery domestic violence charge. While you're out on pretrial release, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim in the case. You're allowed one time back with the assistance of law enforcement. You're also not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're out on pretrial release, okay? If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Your Honor, the defendant advised he resides out of state in Delaware. Can he be allowed to return?
No objection. Yes, he may return back to Delaware. Can they do pretrial release out of state?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
The pandemic taught us a lot of things that we could do.
Sorry?
The pandemic taught us a lot of things that we could do over the phone.
Just make sure that.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Jonathan
Jonathan what?
Always Rosa.
Okay, thank you. All right, sir, it appears you were picked up in case 2023 CF 6621. You were arrested for leaving the scene of a crash with injuries and also DUI with property damage or personal injury. Looks like you were also out on bond in case 2023 CT 2281 for driving while license suspended. And you were also on bond for DUI prior conviction in case 2023 CT 2280. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you if I haven't said that already. Give me 1 second.
We'd ask the court to revoke bond on the out on bond and hold them at no bond.
Thank you.
And they have court hearings next week, Your Honor.
Do you want to be, does defense want to be heard on the other bonds?
No, Your Honor.
Then the court will find probable causes to DUI property damage and leaving the scene of the crash with injuries. As to count 1, leaving the scene, we'll set bond at $2,500. As to DUI with property damage, we'll set bond at $100. As to case 2023 CT 2281, we'll revoke bond. Bond will be at none in that case. As to 2023 CT 2280, we'll revoke bond. Bond will be at none in that case. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. All right, Ms. Bonda was arrested for prostitution and possession of cocaine. I'm reviewing the affidavit now. Gonna find Ms. Bonda waived her appearance and waived the right to counsel by refusing to come up today. We'll find probable cause for both offenses. As to count 1, we'll set bond at $500. As to count 2, we'll set bond at $250. I'll order that Ms. Bonda not possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond.
Your Honor, will the court appoint the public defender? I'm afraid that would just get lost in the system. No one would file her 33-day motion.
The court I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent her. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Your Honor, the previous defendant before her, can you advise him that he has a hold for immigration?
Okay. The defendant before her.
Yes, Jonathan.
The DUI case, Your Honor.
Okay. Am I supposed to do something with that?
Just advise him he has a hold for immigration.
You have a hold for immigration. Good luck.
There's an ice hold on you.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
You might have suppressed arrest later.
Ms. Bell, you were arrested for possession of methamphetamine.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm reviewing the affidavit now. I will find probable cause exists for the offense. We'll set bond at $1,000. I'll also order as a condition of that bond that you not possess any alcohol or drugs. As to case 2023 CF 6335, you were out on bond for possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia.
You've not made a charging decision, but again, Your Honor, she just was arrested on that case on 5/13.
Okay, I'm going to revoke bond on that case. She'll be held at no bond until she's seen by the trial judge. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
The timing. We gotta go handle it downtown
When does that happen?
when we can get it motion.
Judge, on the next case, state and defensive agreement on no PC on count 3, I believe the reckless driving.
Okay, thank you. Can I have your name, please?
Dario Borrero Padilla.
All right, sir. You are arrested for possession of cocaine, resisting an officer without violence, reckless driving, and driving while license suspended, and no motor vehicle registration. The parties have agreed that there is no probable cause as to
Count 3, reckless driving.
count 3, reckless driving. I want to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, if I didn't say that already, to represent you. Reviewing the affidavit, I will find probable cause for the remaining offenses. Set bond as follows. As to possession of cocaine, bond will be set at $1,000. As to resisting without violence, $100. As to driving while license suspended, $100, and no motor vehicle registration, $100. I'm going to order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol as a condition of release of bond on those cases. You were also out on bond in case 2022 CF 5261, which you were arrested for last year.
Excuse me, Your Honor. They closed out that whole detainer and advised that the bonds were endorsed, so they closed out the detainer prior
Bond or
to
what?
the case was endorsed, the bonds were endorsed, so they closed out the detainer, so you don't have to address it today.
Okay. Does anybody want me to address that case today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then I won't address the 2022 CF 5261 case. Thank you. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer.
Just to the side. Skip him for just a moment. Mr. Palaka.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name, please? I guess it's good afternoon now. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your full name, please? Full name.
Name.
Oh, sorry, Jose Luis Ortiz Collazo.
All right, sir, you were picked up for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Reviewing the affidavit, I will find probable cause for the offense. I'm going to set bond. I'm going to set bond at $2,500. I'm going to order that as a condition of your release that you not possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're also not to have any contact with the victim. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
250 to a bondsman, okay? Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Marcus Lee Conyers.
Yeah, these
All right, Mr. Conyers, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You were picked up for possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver and possession of cocaine. I'm reviewing the affidavit. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists for the offenses. As to that charge, or that case, I should say, which is 2023 CF 6645, I will set bond in the amount of $5,000 as to count one and $1,000 as to count two. You're also here in case 2022 CF 5085, where you were out on bond for delivery of cocaine. As to that charge, I'm going to revoke your bond. Your bond is going to be held at none. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Kiana Deshae Davis was a refusal.
Appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent. Ms. Kiana Deshae Davis. Also, counsel, if you want me to appoint the office on that case, I didn't appoint you on where it was a refusal. I forgot which one it was. But if you find it in a moment and you want me to appoint you guys, I can do that.
Okay, I had less concerns with that one than I did. Yeah. This individual meets PTR.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Kiana Davis is here on case, well, not here, but her case is 2023 CF 4728. She had a warrant issued for her arrest for grand theft. The judge originally found probable cause and set bond at $1,500. Does say that the bond can be modified by the first appearance judge. Defense is requesting pretrial release. However, she refused to come up today, which is, I guess, an indication of how well she's going to cooperate with pretrial release. I don't know. But
It's two cases, Your Honor.
does she have two cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Theft and two thefts, a grand
Okay,
theft.
they were both two thefts.
Yes.
I take that back then. There's. Let me find the other one. Okay, there's also 2023 CF 6652, which is petty theft. I will find probable cause exists for that arrest. State want to be heard as to pretrial release.
I'll leave in the court's discretion.
Due to Ms. Deshae Davis's criminal history, I'm going to deny defense's request for pretrial release. As to case 2023 CF 4728, grand theft in the third degree, I'm going to set bond at $1,500. She's also not going to be ordered to. She's also going to be ordered not to return to the scene of the offense as listed in the affidavit. In case 2023 CF 662, we'll set bond at $500. She's also not to return to the scene of the offense as listed in the affidavit. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Gregory Fabry.
So there's no objection to PTR.
All right, sir, you're here for, looks like driving while license suspended for more than an expired license, sorry, for more than 6 months. You're also arrested for driving while license suspended as a habitual offender.
Yes, sir.
I want to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Based on the affidavit, I will find probable cause exists for your arrest. State says they don't have an objection to pretrial release. Is the defense requesting pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then based on the state not objecting, I'll
allow him to be released on pretrial release as to both cases. Are there any other conditions of release requested by the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. You'll be released on pretrial release. Stay in touch with your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
And that was no conditions, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Mr. Bridges, who we have.
Sorry? Okay.
I have probable cause challenges on this case.
Okay, thank you.
The state and defense did not agree prior to court on this case.
Sorry, there's lots of papers up here, so we're shuffling. Okay. This is case 2023 CF 6666. Can I have your full name, please?
Maurice Bridges.
All right, Mr. Bridges, you are arrested for, I believe, trafficking in methamphetamine, trafficking in oxycodone, and sale of cocaine, or possession of cocaine with intent to sell. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. What's the challenge as to probable cause? Is it as to all counts or one count?
All counts, Your Honor. As far as the methamphetamine, the Oxycontin, and the cocaine, it was all found in a hidden compartment in the back seat of a vehicle that my client was a passenger in. Your Honor, I would cite Rogers v. State, 586 Southern 2nd, 1148. Stands for the proposition, no probable cause to believe the passenger had constructive possession of cocaine hidden behind the seat pocket in the van. I'd also point the court to the direction of Zandet v. State, 779 Southern 2nd, 476, holding no probable cause to believe passenger had constructive possession of marijuana concealed in an ashtray. I'd also point the court to the attention of Walker v. State, 741 Southern 2nd, 1144, holding no probable cause to believe passenger had constructive possession of gun hidden in a closed bag in the backseat of an automobile. Your Honor, there's simply just no information provided in the affidavit that would indicate Mr. Bridges had knowledge of any of the contraband found inside the vehicle other than marijuana. The state elected not to charge him with marijuana. Based on this case law, I think it's clear that you can't charge a passenger with constructive possession with something that's not out in the open. He had no way of knowing it was hidden in the back seat of the door panel car, the car's door panel.
The only distinguish I would give, Your Honor, is the officer states that he believes he saw a hand-to-hand transaction between the driver and the passenger prior to him pulling them over. He then followed them in their vehicle and pulled them over for, I think, failure to stop and stop behind a stop bar. And so I think, unlike the other cases when the passenger had no knowledge of anything happening or there had not been any allegations of any illegal activity, that is distinguishable in this case when there are allegations of a potential illegal activity happening.
I would just, a caveat to that, Your Honor, is I don't dispute I mean, the officer doesn't provide enough information as to what was exchanged hand-to-hand, but I would point out they went inside the house. I believe that that would circumvent any belief that there would be drugs associated with the hand-to-hand transaction that are then inside this car panel. Again, the officer didn't say that he saw them going back into the car panel or the rear passenger door panel and make any sort of movements towards there, especially Mr. Bridges. I don't think that there's probable cause in this case.
All right. Just on top, I guess, in reviewing it, I agree it's a valid challenge to probable cause. The affidavit does go on to say that both the driver and passengers acted a certain way upon viewing the law enforcement. They both had furtive movements. They were both stuffing and concealing items within the car. For the limited and low bar of probable cause, I will find probable cause exists for the charges.
Now, state has no objection to a reduction in the bond amounts.
Okay. Does the defense want to be heard as to the amount of bond? Well, he's got another case here, too.
I didn't see any facts supporting that. It's the introduction of contraband into the facility.
I don't even have that case.
Yeah. I had the same arrest after.
Okay. Let's handle this first one first. As to 2023 CF 6666, I will find probable causes to the 3 charges. I'll set the amount of bond as to count 1. As to all 3 counts, it'll be $2,500. As to 20, and I'm also, as the conditions of release in that case, I'm gonna order him not to possess any drugs or alcohol.
And I would ask for no contact with the co-defendant, the driver.
For contact with the co-defendant. As to case 2023 CF 6657, you've been arrested for smuggling contraband into a detention facility, and I believe possession of cocaine with intent to sell again. Counsel, you said you had another probable cause?
I didn't have an affidavit for that.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the affidavit for, I only have this case, the first case. I don't have the 7 case, 6-7 case.
I'll print it out and give it to you.
It's the same affidavit. So it's the same, he used the same affidavit as the one I have.
Right, so there shouldn't be any.
Oh, I found it.
And it would be duplicative to have the sale and delivery twice.
Sure. His name is James, but he didn't put the name, so.
But you do have the affidavit, right?
Yeah, does it talk about contraband going in the facility? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
While Jalen and Maurice were inside my vehicle, I weighed the narcotics. The cocaine was weighed. I don't see anything about introduction of the contraband into a facility, and I don't see anything about another charge for delivery of cocaine. State want us to respond.
No objection to ROR as to the 6-7 case, or
Okay, then
5.
then we'll release on our own recognizance as to the 6657 case. That's 2023 CF 6657. All right, if you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, I apologize. The bonds were at 2,500 on one.
For all 3.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your full name?
My name is Taquan Felton, sir.
Mr. Felton, you were arrested for possession of MDMA in case 2023 CF 6646. You were also out on bond in case 2023 MO 697. It just says a state misdemeanor on the sheet I have. Since it's an MO case, it's probably not even a state misdemeanor. It's probably a
City ordinance.
Probably a city ordinance. Okay, give me one moment. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. All right, based on the affidavit, I will find probable cause exists for the charge. Set bond at $2,500 in 2023 CF 6646. I'll order him not to possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond.
I have no objection and no action on behalf of the city on the MO case.
We won't take any action on behalf of the 2023 MO 6797 case. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
In 2 weeks.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
Gazo.
You said Gazzo, correct?
Sir.
Okay, thank you.
I have probable cause challenges for 1, 3, and 4, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case. Ma'am, you were arrested for fraudulent illegal use of credit cards to obtain goods in the amount of $300 or more. You were also arrested for possession of methamphetamine, fraudulent illegal use of credit cards to obtain $300 or more again, and grand theft in the 3rd degree. there's a very small paragraph.
So state has no objection, no PC for count 1, 3, and 4, and then we do believe it's PC for count 2, the possession of methamphetamine.
Okay, do you want to be heard as to possession of methamphetamine?
We'd be asking for a low bond, Your Honor. My client indicated when I spoke to her in the back, she doesn't have a lot of financial means to post any sort of monetary bond.
As to counts 1, 3, and 4, the defendant, Ms. Gazzo, will be released on her own recognizance. As to possession of methamphetamine, bond will be set at $500.
Looks like the add-on bond case, she just had an arraignment on 5/18. I don't see what the status of that is.
Ma'am, you were also out on bond and trespass in an occupied structure or conveyance in case 2023 MM 2601. I'm sorry, you were out on your own recognizance. I'm going to revoke your out on recognizance status. I'm going to set bond in that case at $500 as well. Also order you not to return to the scene of the location as listed in the trespass affidavit. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
All big bond companies, 'cause they'll work with you.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Tyreek.
Tyreek what?
They spelled my name, Your Honor.
Okay. How do you spell it?
It's I-N. You put an E?
Griffin?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Spell the whole thing.
G.
You don't remember how to spell your name?
Give me some time, please.
Okay.
R-I-F-F-I-N.
I-N.
Yes, sir.
So what I said originally. Griffin. Okay.
You're always right.
Thank you.
Sitting there.
All right, sir. You were arrested for 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
See. Get somebody that can see spiritual. Get the honest. Damn. I know you gotta do that shit. Come on. Sorry.
Is the weapon in this case a butter knife?
Yes.
Does the defense agree a butter knife, as alleged, was used?
Yes,
There's
Your Honor.
probable cause that it's aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
No, Your Honor. I would say that there's not an actual belief of great bodily harm could be done with a butter
Does
knife.
the state think that the butter knife is a...
State will leave that in the court's discretion.
Okay. I'm not going to find probable cause as to aggravated assault with deadly weapon as both counts. I will find probable cause as to lesser included offense of assault. We'll set bond as to each offense as $250 for a total of $500. As a condition of your release, you're not to have any contact with the victim. Do you live with the victim, sir?
I don't know what to say.
I believe he does, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll allow you to go back one time with the assistance of law enforcement. If you live with the victim, I'm also going to order you not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition while out on bond. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
I believe it's the statute is 784.011 for the clerk.
What's going on?
Judge just gave you a...
Shit.
You'll figure it out.
I was trying to give it to help.
No, I did something. She's mad at me.
Yeah.
All All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
Bernicia Hazel.
Okay. Ms. Hazel, you were arrested for criminal mischief. Sorry, you were picked up on a warrant for criminal mischief.
Yes, sir, I was already
Habeas.
incarcerated.
Bond has previously been set at $3,000. I don't see any, okay, the conditions of release are not to have any contact directly with the victim, co-defendant, or witnesses, not to possess any alcohol, illegal drugs, or controlled substance without a valid prescription, not to possess any weapons or firearms. You also were picked up on a violation of probation. There was previously a warrant served on you for violation of probation where your bond is set at none. You're also picked up on criminal mischief charge. Is this a different case or the same case? That's the same case. Okay, are there any other cases I'm missing?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if you have any questions, talk to your attorney. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
No, we can't do that here. We gotta do it downtown. Look at your files, though, your attorney. Yeah.
Good morning, sir, or good afternoon, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Jalen Hicks.
You said Jalen Hicks, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you were arrested for possession of cocaine with the intent of selling, trafficking in drugs and oxycodone in 7 grams or more, and possession of methamphetamine 14 grams or more, which is trafficking amount.
Just the co-defendant to Mr.
Right.
I think there's PC for possession on the cocaine count, but as far as the sale delivery, I don't know if the state was in agreement with me.
Okay, so in case I didn't say it, I'll point the Office of the Public Defender. You're challenging probable cause on what count?
The sale and delivery, Your Honor?
Of cocaine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state want to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then I'll find probable cause as to the trafficking in methamphetamine and trafficking in oxycodone. We will find no probable cause as to cocaine with intent to sell. Be released on his own recognizance as to that charge. As to the other charges, does the state want to be heard as to bond?
Your Honor, we'll ask for a reasonable bond on that. We just ask for no contact with the co-defendant.
Is there any reason why his bond should be higher than the bond of his co-defendant on those charges?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense want to be heard? I think I set the bond at $2,500 on each of the, what did I set it? No, it was more than. I think it was
Yes,
$2,500.
$2,500 on.
All right, as to count 1 and 2, we'll set bond at $2,500 each. I'll order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol, also not to have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, does the public defender's office want to be appointed?
Yes, please, Your Honor. We have a probable cause challenge. I think we're on agreement on count 4.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is that the only count you're challenging?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Here on case 2023 CF 6671, as to counts 1, 2, and 3, the court will find probable cause. We'll set bonds at $500 at 1, $500 at 2, and $1,000 as to count 3. Based on the stipulation by the parties, I will find no probable cause exists as to count 4, and he'll be released as to his own recognizance as to that charge. I'll also order as a condition of release that he not possess any drugs or alcohol. He was also released on his own recognizance in case 2022 CF 12459 for possession of cocaine and petty theft. Does the defense want to be heard as to that case?
Be asking the court to take no action.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? that, the 22 CF 12459 does have we filed in that case. It's set for pretrial on 5/31 in front of Judge Wooten.
I'm gonna revoke bond in that case. It'll be set at none. All right, sir, you can come on up. What's your name?
Key Jones.
We're supposed to have Javen, yeah. Bonded out. And you're Mr. Jones, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, you're here in case 2023 CT 3388. You were arrested for driving while your license was suspended and not having any motor vehicle registration. That's also case 2023 CT 3389. You also have a felony case, 2023 CF 6647, fleeing, eluding a police officer, and resisting without violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. As to driving while license suspended and no motor vehicle registration, I will find probable cause exists for those offenses. I'll set bond as to $500 as to each offense. I will also find probable cause as to fleeing and attempting to elude a police officer and resisting an officer without violence.
Your Honor, we'd ask that the court consider setting the bonds on count one of that at $1,000 and a subsidiary a bond of $100 on count two. My client indicated he could afford $400 to a bondsman, and that will put him at $400 with the other two charges.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna set bond at $2,500 as to count one and $500 as to count two. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Mark Madison.
All right, Mr. Madison, you were arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted felon,
I'm actually not a convicted felon.
fraudulent impersonation. Hold on a second.
Lou, you stipulated to count 4, no PC on count. Was it count 4? Yes, count 4, Your Honor.
Unlawful possession of identification, providing false identification to a law enforcement officer. I'm sorry, state what you say.
No, we stipulated to no PC for count 4.
Okay.
Your Honor. The fraudulent impersonation, knowingly intentional unlawful possession of or fewer identity.
All right, if I didn't say it already, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
Your Honor, I would point out that the arrest affidavit, while it says the charges of PFCF or possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, the bottom part says, my investigation established probable cause for possession of a firearm by an unlicensed person.
Well, I'm looking for the felony conviction. I know your client said he's not a convicted felon.
I didn't look at that.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, I don't see, it says he had warrants out for felonies. But
We're
it
trying to
doesn't,
see in the police report what he's been a convicted felon of. So that'd be count 3 as well.
and to my knowledge, off the top of my head, there's no lesser included of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Correct.
Okay. So You all stipulated as to what, count 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then, in reviewing the affidavit, I'll find probable cause as to counts 1, 2, and 5. As to counts 3 and 4, I'll find that there's no probable cause. I'll release on his own recognizance as to those charges. As to count 1, bond will be set at $1,000. As to count 2, bond will be set at $500. As to count 5, bond will be set at $500. I'll order him not to possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond. Does the state want any other conditions of release?
We ask for no weapons as well.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Then the state will order that you not possess any firearms, weapons, or ammunition while on a bond as well. All right, if you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Trevor Earl Moore.
All right, Mr. Moore, you were arrested for possession of cocaine. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I will find probable cause exists for that offense. You were also out on bond in case 2023 CT 2187 for driving while license suspended as a habitual offender, although that doesn't make sense because that would be a felony case. Let's say driving while license suspended. You were also out on bond for case 2022 CF 6626 for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, destruction of evidence, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. That's the did I set bond on the possession of cocaine yet? Or have I lost my mind? I'll set bond at possession of cocaine for $1,000. I will find probable cause exists. I'll order as a condition of your release on that count that you not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond on that case. As to your two other cases, 2023 CT 2187 and 2022 CF 6626, I'll revoke bond on both of those cases. Your bond's going to be set at none. Best of luck to you. Sorry. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Kelvin Pete.
Mr. Pete, you were arrested for failure to appear at a status hearing on May 3rd for possession of controlled substance. The judge has already issued a warrant or a capias for your arrest, and bond was set at 0. So you're going to be held at no bond until you see the trial judge, okay? Best of luck to you. Good morning, or good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Brooke Peter Roy.
Okay. Ms. Peter Roy, you were arrested for failure. Hold on 1 second. Okay, you were arrested for grand theft. There was a warrant previously issued for your arrest. The judge found probable cause, set your bond at $1,500 and not to return to Home Depot. I want to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, we're not gonna, they can't, not today. You got a $1,500 bond while you're on.
Okay, thank you.
No holds.
Counsel, this was another refusal. Do you want to be appointed on this one?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. All right, Ms. Petite Montiel was arrested for fleeing and eluding with lights and sirens activated, also resisting an officer without violence. Reviewing the affidavit, I will find probable cause for the arrest. I'll set bond on the count one at $5,000. I'll set bond at count two at $500.
Karen Porter was also refusal.
Public Defender's Office want to be appointed?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
There is a warrant. How many cases? 2 cases?
3. Your Honor.
3 cases. All right, there were 3 cases. That's 2023 CF 6625. In that case, a warrant was already issued for the arrest. Bond was set at $1,000. We'll also add no return to the offense, or the scene of the offense in that case. As to the next case, which is 2023 CF 6624, a warrant was signed by a judge in that case. Set bond at $1,000. We'll also add as a condition no return to the scene of the offense. And in case 2023 CF 6626, a warrant was issued in that case. The judge already found probable cause. Set bond at $1,000. We'll also order no return to the scene of the offense. Okay, sir, can I have your name, please?
Kevin Lamar Richardson.
Your Honor, could we waive formal reading of the charges?
I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, sir. According to your attorney, you're waiving the reading of the formal charges. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there was already a warrant issued for your arrest. So judge already found probable cause. Set the bond at none. I believe he's probably entitled to bond. Would you agree, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, if you remember, I believe there's certain conditions due to the charge, there's certain conditions of release I have to order. Do you remember what those are?
That I do not. Give me one moment.
Just that he must report and register upon release.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, what we'll do is, did I set a bond number yet?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set bond at $2,500. I'll order as a condition of your bond that you report to the local sheriff's office within 24 hours of your release. So if you bond out, you need to go report as a sex offender within 24 hours of your release. You're also here on case 2022 CF 11548 for failure to appear. There was a warrant issued for your arrest, or a capias issued by a judge already on your arrest, holding you at no bond. So you'll be held at no bond on that case until you're seen by the trial judge. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
So
No, it's gone. There's downtown.
All right. All
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's Rafael Rincon Jr.
All right, good afternoon.
How you doing?
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You were here because you were arrested for the charges of robbery, sudden snatching, obstructing justice, which I'm assuming is resisting an officer without violence, but I'll clarify that here in a second, and battery. I will find probable cause exists for those offenses. Set your bond as to the robbery, sudden snatching at $1,000. As to count 2, I'll set it at $1,000. And as to the battery at $500, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim in this case. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're out on bond. You're also here in the case 2023 MM1520 because you were out on bond for a domestic violence battery case.
May I say something, Your Honor?
I don't mind if you say something, but you might want to talk to your lawyer first before you say it.
That case is a pretrial conference on June the 9th.
I just wanted to say, Your Honor, I just started a new job, and I really like this job, and I don't want to lose the job. So if you could please help me out and let me bond out, please.
Okay, as to 2023 MM1520, I'm going to revoke bond. You're going to be held at no bond on that case, okay? Best of luck to you, sir.
Nothing permanent today, remember, I told you. We'll figure it out.
Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Quan Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case. You were arrested for fleeing and eluding a police officer and reckless driving.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial.
No objection.
Okay, this is 2023 CF 6673. I understand the request for pretrial detention, but due to the severity of the charge, I'm not going to grant that request. I'm going to set bond at $2,500 as to count 1 and $500 as to count 2. I'll find probable cause for both of those offenses. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. All right, sir, can I have your full name, please?
Joseph Anthony Rodriguez.
And Mr. Rodriguez, you were picked up on a capias for failure to appear at a pretrial on May 3rd, 2023. The trial judge on that case set your bond at $2,000, okay? If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Amanda Rundell was refusal.
Does the public defender want to be appointed on that case?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Ms. Rundell was arrested in case 2023 CF 6674 for prostitution, lewdness, possession of fentanyl, and possession of cocaine. I will find probable cause for those offenses. We'll set bond at $1,000 as to count one, $150 as to count two, and $150 as to count three. Order that she's not to possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond. She's also was actively in pretrial diversion in 2021 CF 4572 for lewdness, third subsequent offense. Also in pretrial diversion in case 2021 CF 7508 for prostitution, third subsequent offense. And she was released on her own recognizance for criminal mischief in case 2023 CF 3934. As to those offenses, I'm going to revoke bond.
I don't know if there is a bond on the PTD once it's abated. The criminal mischief is different, but I don't know if once it's abated, if there is a bond. I think the bond is discharged at that point.
You know who the supervisor of PTD at the state attorney's office is?
I do. And I can get a revocation filed, but I don't think, we've had this issue before, that's why I'm saying that. Because I believe
Are
that.
they not out on bond while they're in pretrial diversion?
No. Once they abate the case, they're not on bond anymore.
The bond's,
So
the bond's discharged?
Bond is discharged, and then we file a revocation, and then if they don't come to the next court date, then the judge will issue capias, and then they get on conditions again.
Okay. Then as to the two PTE cases, which is 2023 CF 6674 and 2023 CF 6674 again, is it the same case? I'm sorry. 2021 CF 744572 and 2021 CF 7508. I'm not going to take any action on that case. Obviously, the state can revoke pretrial diversion if they want to. And in case 2023 CF 3934, that will be revoked.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Shivers Johnny.
Jonathan what?
Shivers Johnny.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You were arrested for possession of MDMA or ecstasy. I'm reviewing that charge now. I will find probable cause exists for that offense. Not qualify for pretrial release. I'll set your bond at a defense at $500, okay? You're not to possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you. Bye-bye.
Now, Aaron Walker was refusal.
Office of the Public Defender want to be appointed on that case?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Ms. Walker is here because she was arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia in case 2023 CF 6642. I will find probable cause exists for those offenses. Not qualify for pretrial detention. We'll set bond at $1,000 as to count one and $100 as to count two. She's not to possess any drugs or alcohol while she's out on bond. She was also released on her recognizance in case 2023 CF 4389 for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. We'll revoke the bond in that and set it at $1,000 for count one, $100 for count two.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Refusal.
Does the Office of the Public Defender want to be appointed in that?
Yes, Your Honor. I would argue no probable cause on count one.
All
All right, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. If they're arguing that there's no probable cause, Ms. Winton, Gale is here in case 2023 CF 6675 for count 1, prostitution or lewdness, third subsequent offense, and possession of cocaine. That's count 2. Does the state want to be heard as probable cause?
I think there's PC for prostitution, but not with the subsequent offenses, just because it says that she's been arrested, not convicted.
Such incident to arrest. Cocaine was located on the defendant's person by arresting deputy.
Yeah, the coke's good.
No, he's saying for the third subsequent offense, he'd rather just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no objection to just the prostitution.
Okay. Then I'll find probable cause exists as to count 1, lesser included offense of prostitution. Will not find it as charged.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you need the statute? If the state would be so kind as to provide the statute number for the clerk. Also, I'll find probable cause exists for possession of cocaine. As to count 1, we'll set bond at $500. As to count 2, we'll set bond at $150. Or order that she's not to possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond.
I think it's 796.07.
What'd you say? Deleon Velasquez? Bonded. There's 2 Tamara Ashleys, I guess? There's not 2 Tamara Ashleys, are there? Right. There's- Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
Tammy Bentley.
Tammy Bentley, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bentley, you are arrested for prostitution. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. This is case 2023 MM 3465. I will find probable cause exists for that offense. You do not qualify for PTR, so I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Whenever you want to get out, you can afford that. Okay, that's not what I asked.
Yes.
You're done.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Mary Grace Bernier.
Ma'am, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case. This is case 2023 MM 3470. You were arrested for prostitution or lewdness, first violation. I have reviewed the police report. I will find probable cause exists for that offense. I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm also going to order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond, okay? If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Your Honor, my client indicated she's not gonna be able to post bond on that. I see that she has a risk assessment that's low. Sometimes they qualify for PPR if they can verify housing.
She doesn't qualify. She has an outstanding warrant.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
We're going to keep on where it is. If you need to file a bond motion, file with the trial court, okay? Good luck to you. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
How you doing, sir? My name is Hakeem Rashimi Blake.
All right, thank you. All right, so you're here in case 2023 MM 344. You're arrested for petty theft. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, who's standing right next to you, to represent you in this case. I'm reviewing your affidavit now.
And he qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, I will find probable cause exists for the arrest based on the review of the affidavit. State want to be heard as to pretrial release?
We're leaving the court's discretion, Your Honor.
You'd be seeking PTR, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you want a $500 bond, or do you want to be on pretrial release?
Pre-trial release.
Right, then we'll order you on pretrial release. You're not going to be, I'm going to order you not to return to the scene of the offense in the affidavit while you're on pretrial release, okay? If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Good afternoon. Can I have your name, please?
Traven English.
All right, Mr. English, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here in case 2023 3450 on trespass after warning. I'm reviewing your affidavit right now. All right, I will find probable cause exists for the arrest. Not qualify for pretrial release, we're going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to order you not to return to the scene of the offense in the police affidavit. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, okay?
Your Honor, would the court consider a plea for this just on trespasses? I know that sometimes we get.
Vacation credit for time served, no return. Credit for 2 days.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take him if the parties agree.
To the back. Can we put him in
They
the
need a
back
plea
and bring
form?
him back?
You got the plea form? Because last time I was here, the clerk got all mad at me because there weren't plea forms. I didn't say this clerk.
Said,
Said, the clerk. But I didn't say it wasn't this clerk either.
It's Mr. English, right?
Can we do it, can we do the, he's got to sign it, I guess.
Huh?
All right, while they're doing that, sir, can you approach the podium, raise your right hand for me? I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your thinking today?
No, sir.
Is anyone forcing you to enter a plea agreement?
No, sir.
And you understand that the plea agreement is going to be an adjudication of guilt as to trespass on property after warning with credit for time served?
Sir.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently on probation for any other offenses?
No, sir.
Okay, on the charge of trespass on property after warning, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll find that it's free and voluntarily given. I'll give you credit for how many days?
2.
2 days in the Orange County Jail. I'll assess any mandatory court costs. State's not requesting any cost of investigation, I'm assuming.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do we need anything else for him? All right, thank you, sir. Best luck to you. Sorry? Good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Carla Henson, Henson.
And if the parties want any of these to be pleased, just let me know. Okay? All right, Ms. Henson, you were arrested for prostitution. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. It's here on case 2023 MM3468. I have reviewed the police report. I will find probable cause exists for your arrest. It does not qualify for pretrial release.
Right.
I'm gonna set your bond at $500. I'm gonna order you not to possess any drugs, alcohol while you're out on bond. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Is there an offer from the state on any of the?
No.
Okay. There's no offer.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Tiffany Holbrook.
All right, ma'am. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You are arrested in case 2023 MM 3464 for prostitution. I will find probable cause for that offense. In that case, I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to order you not to possess any drugs, alcohol while you're out on bond. You were also released on your own recognizance when you committed this offense. In case 2022 CF 13325A. I'm going to revoke that status in that case, and I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 in that case. I'm also going to order that you not possess any, I guess there's 4 counts. It's still going to be $1,000. No, we'll do $1,000 as to count 1 and $100 on the remaining counts. All right, if you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you, ma'am. We'll retain any conditions of release previously in that case. Can I do that? I'm assuming. Ali Muhammad Sabatani. You don't have that one?
You have a booking number?
The 23, are you talking about the agency number or the booking number? I always forget where that is.
Right below the name.
Sorry?
Right below the name that you're looking at. If you have this page.
2301-2975.
Bonded.
Okay, you said Carolina Torres was the refusal? All right, thank you. All right, does the Office of the Public Defender want to be appointed on that case?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Ms. Torres was arrested for prostitution in case 2023 MM 3469. I'm reviewing the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists for that charge. We'll set bond at $500. I'll order her not to possess any drugs or alcohol while out on bond. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name? Is it Mr. Bridges?
Yes, Mr. Bridges, sir.
All right.
Don't touch that.
All right, Mr. Bridges, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant for possession of cocaine. Your bond was set on that warrant at $5,000, okay? So you can either bond out at $5,000 or they'll transport you to the jail within likely 72 hours, okay? If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Seminole County. Go do that back there.
Oh, no, I like to post a bond on it.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Thomas Green.
Okay. Mr. Green, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you today in case they weren't previously represented. You are arrested for a violation of probation. There was a warrant already signed out of Marion County. that warrants to hold you at no bond, so you'll be held at no bond until you get in front of the trial court in Marion County. I believe that's the only case for him. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best luck to you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Michael Lisby.
All right, Mr. Lisby, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case. This is case 2023 MM 930. You were arrested for the charge of battery, domestic violence.
He qualifies for free trial, Your Honor.
What's his name?
I don't have an affidavit for this. Looks like it was a warrant. Out of from the Osceola, okay, so it's out of Osceola County. There was a warrant, so court already found probable cause, left the bond to be set by the initial appearance judge. Also order as a condition of release, no contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene of the alleged offense, maintain separate residence. We'll also throw in there that you'll be allowed one time back with the assistance of law enforcement in case you happen to live there. We'll set bond in the amount of $500. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Conrad Richardson.
All right, Mr. Richardson, you're here on an out-of-county warrant. Probable cause was already found by a judge out of Citrus County. The warrant is to hold you at no bond. So you'll be held at no bond. You should be transported to Marion County within 72 hours. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you. All right, sir. Good afternoon. Can I have your name, please?
Pedro Rivera, 226, 2002.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rivera. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here in case 2022 CT 1695 out on out-of-county warrant out of Hernando County. That warrant set your bond at $5,000. So you'll either you can either post the bond at $5,000 or they'll transport you within 72 hours so you can see a judge on this case, okay? If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, all right?
Excuse me, Your Honor, the Hernando County, the bond has been paid.
Bond
We
has
don't
been
have to
what?
see, we don't have to see him, his bond has been paid.
Has been,
Posted, he posted the bond already.
okay. There you go. Nice to see you. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Ashley Sojour.
Soldier, you are here on an out-of-county warrant out of St. Lucie County. That warrant is holding you at no bond for failure to appear. So you're going to be held at no bond until you can get to St. Lucie County and see the trial judge. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you. All this is one? Oh, all right.
Judge, in that case, the jail reached out to us saying that Anthony Taylor is brain dead at the hospital. So they asked me to file a motion to ROR on both cases. He has a felony case and he has a misdemeanor case. I spoke to Ari Custom from the PD's office. So we're asking, Your Honor, to, on both the felony and the misdemeanor, to ROR him.
You asking me to find probable cause?
Yes, find PC and ROR. And I believe Mr. Boland was advised.
Well, I think it was a warrant, right?
Yes,
And this is for robbery of the firearm and aggravated battery.
yes,
And the state wants me to ROR it.
yes, based on the information where he is in the hospital. I guess it was a pedestrian vehicle accident which put him in the hospital. But he also has, hold on, let me get the misdemeanor case.
Okay, I see an affidavit for arrest warrant, which usually means there is a warrant. But I don't see the warrant. I see an affidavit for arrest warrant. But I don't see the warrant. Okay. So I guess,
He also has case number 23MM 5003.
We
right,
have
well,
that
if
as a
probable
whole.
cause has already been found by a warrant, then great. I just don't know if the warrant says what the bonds amounts are and if it allows me to modify it.
The,
IA judge always has power to modify them.
I agree. I just want to.
I understand, Your Honor. We have been working this kind of behind the scenes, trying to get this case back on the docket.
Okay, it doesn't even say I don't. But so a judge did find probable cause previously, and based on the state's representations, we'll ROR them as to both counts.
in the MM case, we have it as the detainer. It's waiting for the officer to serve the warrant. So it's still as a detainer.
He hasn't been served with a warrant yet. If he hasn't been served with a warrant, why is he here on the docket?
That's for the MM case, not the CF case.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Okay, he's
The-
only going to be released on recognizance as to the MM case that he's here for today then.
No, he's here for the felony case.
He's
today.
here for the
Not here-
felony case, but the
He's on-
misdemeanor
Whatever case
case,
he's here, that's what he's being ROR'd on.
That's the felony. We're asking you to do both, Your Honor, even on the misdemeanor, because the problem is
Can the clerk do that?
I can give you the case number.
Add the case number, would you be able to do it?
That's the detainer.
Hold on. The other case, has he been arrested on that?
He has a capias on the other case.
You want me to set a bond on a capias that hasn't been executed yet?
Correct, Your Honor. We're asking.
I'm not going to do that because I think that'll blow up the whole system, so I'm not going to do that.
The problem is they're not serving him because he's in the hospital, and obviously Orange County Corrections is.
Did the judge issue the capias? Is that judge capable of withdrawing the capias?
I contacted Judge Walker's JA last Thursday, I believe, when the motion was filed. She's not
That's
responding.
probably the appropriate remedy
Right.
for what you guys are wanting to do. Okay. Anything else on that case, or can we move on? Yeah, we'll keep the conditions, please. Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name? Ms. Hudson, I'm going to, if they haven't been appointed already, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case. You had a warrant that was issued for your arrest. Judge already found probable cause for violation of community control. They're holding you at no bond, so you're going to be held at no bond until you can get in front of the trial court, okay? If you have any questions, ask your attorney, and best of luck to you.
I'll have the case open.
Afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Alan McClutchy.
All right, Mr. McClutchy, you were arrested for a violation of probation. There was a warrant already issued for your arrest by a judge that found probable cause. They ordered that you be held at no bond, so you're going to be held at no bond until you see the trial court, okay? If you have any questions, ask your lawyer. Best of luck to you. Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Yes, Antonio Ortiz.
All right. Mr. Ortiz, you were arrested for a violation of probation.
Yes, sir.
going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Okay, I will find that their probable cause exists for a violation of probation. You're going to be held at no bond until you can see the trial judge. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best luck to you, sir. Okay, the public defender's office want to be appointed in this case?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
State requests that we reset this till tomorrow. It's a credit time served offer, Your Honor, on a city ordinance.
What hope do you have that they're going to be here, that they're not going to have behavior issues tomorrow?
Giving them a shot. They may have behavior issues tomorrow, Your Honor.
Defense want to reset for tomorrow?
Yes, please.
All right, sir. Good afternoon. Can you tell me your name, please?
Chad Diaz.
All right, Mr. Diaz. You were arrested in case 2023 MO 705 for open container. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. I'm going to find probable cause exists for your arrests.
Would the court entertain a plea?
The office adjudication credit for time served.
Remember all the things we talked about back there, all the rights you're waiving?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, thank you. All right, can you state your full name?
Chad Christopher Diaz.
And are you then under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance or medication that would impair you today?
No.
Is anyone forcing you to enter this plea agreement?
No.
Do you understand that if you are not a U.S. citizen, entering this plea agreement will subject you to deportation?
Understand.
Are you currently on probation for any offense?
No.
Okay. Did you voluntarily sign the plea form that you just signed?
Yes.
And do you understand it?
Yes.
And do you believe that you're making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Understand.
Okay, and on the charge of alcoholic beverage, open container, how do you plead? You might want to ask your attorney that question. How does he plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
No contest?
It was indicated on the plea form he signed.
Okay, great. All right, then I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to time served with credit of 2 days. I'll assess any mandatory costs. Any objection to giving him a year to pay those costs?
Your Honor.
Give you a year to pay any of the mandatory costs associated. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir, what's your name?
My name is Lam Nguyen, Your Honor. They call me Nugent sometimes.
All right, sir, you're here on case 2023 MO 706. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. You're here on a charge of disorderly conduct.
Yes, sir.
We were hoping if there would be an offer in this case as well. It's a panhandling disorderly conduct.
Adjudication guilt credit for time served.
And Mr. Nguyen's reviewed the plea form, Your Honor, and he is signing it now.
sir, can you raise your right hand for me?
Sure.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you state your full name for me? You can put your hand down.
My full name is Lamb Win.
You can put your hand down.
Yeah.
And are you in the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
You're thinking today.
No, sir.
Did anybody force you to enter this plea agreement?
No.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to review the plea form with your attorney?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have any questions about it?
No, sir.
Are you currently on probation for any other offense?
No.
All right, and do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, entry of this plea could subject you to
I
being
understand.
deported?
I understand.
Okay. On the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
No contest, sir.
And I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit of 2 days.
Sir.
2 days of jail, or 2 days in the Orange County Jail. I'll assess any mandatory court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those costs. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
No, sir. Thank you.
Medical, I'm gonna be here tomorrow, or medical, I'm gonna be,
It'll be a while.
right. Does the state attorney's office, I'm sorry, does the public defender's office want to be appointed in this
Yes,
case?
please, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Tomko is here on the charge of urinating or defecating in public. All right, I will find probable cause exists for that offense. I will set bond at $250. I'll order that he not return to the scene of the offense and enter a or scene of offense as outlined in the affidavit. And that should be it. Are there any other cases anybody feels I'm missing? Okay, anything else before we go in recess?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Nottingham State, Your Honor.
We're off. Listen, you know, every year and a half I come here, okay? It's not ingrained in my memory.
Not every year and a half I come here.
You listen to divorces every day, you would go a little nutty too. Okay. Is anybody at Osceola hear me? I don't see the TV on yet. All right, I can't see anybody. That might be my fault, but I'm going to wait until someone tells me what to do.
Okay, we can see the courtroom there, Your Honor, so I'm not sure.
Okay, we can see you on one TV now, which is fine. All right, we are on the record. I'm Judge Dean. We're here for initial appearances on May 20th, 2023. Can I have appearances from the state of Florida, please?
Afi Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
And can I have appearances on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender?
Rachel Anderson on behalf of the Public Defender's Office, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, we're playing around with the TV a little bit more. All right, now we can see you. Okay, and you said Miss Anderson, correct? All right, Miss Anderson, I'm not sure if we have an interpreter yet, so if we have an interpreter case, we'll just hold off on those to the end, okay? So just let me know if you know it's an interpreter case. All right, the first case I have
is Frank Aguilar Santiago. Okay, great. Sorry, give me one second. All right, sir, can you state your full name for me?
Frank Aguilar Santiago.
All right, sir, you are here on a failure to appear for a VOP hearing on domestic violence and resisting without violence. A warrant was issued. You're going to be taken to, there's the judge, I believe, ordered no bond to be held on both counts, so you'll have to have a bond hearing to get a bond in front of the trial judge, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir. Next case is Christian Alvarez Ramos. And I'll inform while he's coming to the podium, if the state or the public defender's office has any issues with any of the cases, please feel free to interrupt me. Otherwise, I'm not going to ask, but feel free to interrupt me at any time. All right, sir, can you tell me your full name, please?
Alvarez Ramos.
Okay, sir, you were picked up on a failure to appear. It looks like a jury trial on possession of cannabis. I believe the trial judge set the bond at none, so just like the previous gentleman, you'll have to get a bond hearing in front of the judge until you can be released, okay? So the bond's going to be at none. Best of luck to you, sir. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Next case is Enes Bohannon.
Bye-bye. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name? All right, sir, there was a warrant issued for your arrest. It was already signed. Probable cause was previously established. The judge assigned bond at $5,000 to count one. You are released on your own recognizance as to count two. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Also, as a condition of your release, there'll be no return to the scene. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best luck to you.
Your Honor, can I get that bond on count one again, please?
$5,000. Next is Andres Burgos Colon.
This is a matter for the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll save that one to the end. Kenneth Ernest Deberg. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
He's present and approaching, and he declined the services of the public defender.
Okay. All right, sir, can you state your full name for me? All right, sir. You were picked up on a weapon, possession of a concealed weapon by a convicted felon. I did review the affidavit. I am going to find probable cause for that offense. I'm going to set your bond at $500.
I'd like to contest that. It states in the arrest report that it was in a sheath, and then the T-shirt had covered it. They had to go through all the footage of me in the store to find 1 second of it. It took them hours to find one picture of it covered. It was a fishing knife. It was a hunting knife. I was going fishing, and they knew it. I was railroaded by the St. Cloud Police Department. I'd like you to take a second look at that for me.
I looked at it, sir. I already found probable cause. We're going to move on to the next case. Best of luck to you.
This is Officer Arcano, pretrial release. Mr. Kenneth qualifies for direct BTR.
Okay, does he want the services of pretrial release? Or does he want the bond? Sir, you want pretrial release or do you want the $500 bond?
I mean, I'll take the release. If my bond's supposed to be posted already, but I don't know. I'll take the pretrial release if I
Okay. We'll order him on pretrial release. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. Thank you, sir. All right, next is Kathleen Delhanty. Okay. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your full name? All right, ma'am, you were arrested for petty theft, possession of controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I did review the affidavit. I am going to find probable cause exists for those offenses. I'm going to set. Yes, ma'am.
Nancy does qualify for a direct pretrial release if you would consider that at this time.
Okay, is there any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Delhanty, do you want pretrial release or do you want a bond? All right, I'll order you to pretrial release. I'll order that you not return to the scene of the offense as listed in the affidavit. I'll also order that you not possess any alcohol or controlled substances while on pretrial release. Best of luck to you, ma'am. Okay, the next case is Xavier Thomas Edward Dotson. All right, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, while he's approaching, can you let me know where, if anywhere, in the affidavit there's aggravated battery?
It's Mr. Dotson?
Yes. Sir, what's your name?
Xavier Thomas Edward Dotson.
And you're declining the services of the public defender? Are you going to hire your own attorney?
Should be aggravated assault.
You know, that's in there, and I've seen that, but I didn't see the aggravated battery.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it should just be, from what I'm seeing, Judge,
Okay, is there a battery?
where he says, it's like Eli tried to get up and Enroy slapped him in the face. That's, I don't know, second paragraph, maybe 8 lines down.
Was that this person, though, that's left?
No, that's what I'm saying. On this person,
Yeah.
I just see the assault with the knife. It looks like on the other person, I see the actual battery.
Okay, do you see theft or contributing to the delinquency of a minor?
I don't know the ages of the other people. Let's see.
Yeah, that seems to be one of the problems.
Just understand, Your Honor. Yes, I don't have the ages of the other, so I don't see the. So I would say no PC to just the, I'm sorry, PC only to the aggravated assault. Count 2, I guess, on here.
All right, sir, I have reviewed the affidavit. As to aggravated battery causing the delinquency of a minor child and petty theft, I'm going to find that no probable cause exists at this time. I'll release you on your own recognizance as to those charges. As to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I'm going to find probable cause exists. We'll set your bond at $2,000. Best of luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, we asked for this no contact with the co-defendant.
I'm sorry, come back real quick. Also, I'm going to order that you don't possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition, and that you have no contact with any of the co-defendants in the case or the victim, okay? All right, best of luck to you. Thank you, Ms. Kennedy Swanson. Got to remember those conditions. All right. Next case is Jormarly Estrano.
Matter for the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Eunice Gabriel. All right, sir, can I have your full name? Okay, you're here on an out-of-county warrant. Does anyone know how long it's, in Osceola, know how long it's taken to transport individuals out of county from the jail?
Judge, usually within our jurisdiction, 48 hours.
Okay. So you're here on an out-of-county warrant, sir. The judge from the out-of-county has set your bond at 0. You're going to be held at no bond until you're transported to the other jail and seen by a judge there, in which case you may need to see the trial judge before you're able to get a bond, okay? All right, best of luck. Best of luck to you. All right, Kelvin Yadrell Guerrero Begay. Okay, thank you. And Ms. Kennedy Swanson, this is the same affidavit. All right, sir, can I have your full name? All right, and you're declining the services of the public defender? And you're going to hire your own lawyer? Okay, give me one moment.
I'm just trying to see what this defendant did. I don't see where Kelvin
did anything.
So I guess their officer's just going with the principal theory, like he was part of the group that attacked the victim. But I don't see any specific act, unlike to the other co-defendants.
Okay. Do you have any argument that there's probable cause in this affidavit as to any of the offenses listed?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right, sir. After reviewing the affidavit, I'm going to find there's no probable cause that exists in your affidavit. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to those charges. Best of luck to you, sir. Next is Gabrielle Trent James. Okay. Sir, can I have your full name? All right, Mr. James, you're here on the counts of possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass after warning. I did review the affidavit. I am going to find probable cause exists for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davis does qualify for direct pretrial release if the court would consider that at this time.
Any objection to pretrial release?
Your Honor.
Sir, would you like pretrial release instead of having a bond? Then we'll release you on pretrial order that you not possess any drugs or alcohol while on pretrial release. I'll also order that you not return to the offense of the trespass. Best of luck to you, sir. All right, next is Gene Collins Joseph. All right, sir, can I have your full name? All right, Mr. Joseph, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant. I believe it's going to take about 48 hours for you to be transported to the appropriate county, which I'm trying to find out. Looks like Orange County. The out-of-county warrant sets your bond at 0, so your bond's going to remain 0 until you're transported to the appropriate court, okay? All right, best of luck to you.
Just to be on the clear, the defendant has 2 out-of-county
Okay, thank you. So both of those you'll be held at no bond until seen by the trial judge. All right, next is William Lepre.
Your Honor, can we come back to this one at the end?
Okay. Nicholas Lawrence. Nicholas Lawrence.
He's present and approaching.
All right, sir, can I have your full name? Okay, sir. You were picked up for petty theft and resisting arrest without violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. It looks like you don't qualify for pretrial release. So we're going to set your bond for $250 as to count 1 and $500 as to count 2. Best of luck to you, sir. Next is Jeslyn Nicole Maris Melendez.
Matter for the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Thank you. Jason Miller. Jason Miller.
Present and approaching, Your Honor.
All right, sir, can you tell me your full name?
Jason John Miller.
All right, sir, you were arrested for trespass of an occupied structure or conveyance. Looks like you do qualify for pretrial release. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Are you requesting pretrial release? Is there any objection to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll order that Mr. Miller be released on pretrial release. He's not to return to the scene of the offense as listed in the affidavit. Good luck to you, sir. Kobe Nazarian. All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name?
Kobe Michael Nazarian.
All right, you were picked up on a warrant. Just looking at something. For failure to appear. The warrant has a $3,000 bond. And then it also says, handwritten in there, something about methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. I don't see anywhere in the affidavit that references those two things. Does the state have a copy that says count 1, possession of meth, and count 2, possession of drug paraphernalia?
Yes, I see that.
Do you have any idea what that's talking about? We have an active warrant. Okay, so it's for 2021 CF 2245. Those are the charges on the warrant. Okay.
Yes.
I gotcha. Sorry? Well, that's what's confusing too, is the warrant, the warrant set the bond at 3,000. So that's your bond amount. I'm not sure how it's, give me 1 second. It says there's 3 counts. Okay, what I think happened was the original bond on your warrant or your charges was $1,000 and $500, and that the judge revoked your bond and set it at $3,000 for your failure to appear. So we'll set it at $3,000 until you see the trial judge. In this case, we'll make it. Sure.
The charging affidavit that I have shows a $1,500 bond. I see the initial $3,000, but then it's crossed off, and it has $1,000 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. So
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to tell without the warrant. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any objection to a $1,500 bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then we'll set bond at $1,000 as to count one and $500 as to count two. Order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol, because I don't see any conditions on the warrant, because I don't have the warrant. Best of luck to you, sir. All right, Stephen Pierce. All right, sir, can I have your full name? All right, Mr. Pierce, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Marion County. The warrant is holding you at no bond, so you'll be held at no bond until you're seen by a judge in Marion County, okay? Best of luck to you. David Redmond. All right, sir, can I have your full name? All right, sir, you were arrested for battery and kidnapping and false imprisonment. I have reviewed the police report. I do find there's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $500 as to the battery and $1,500 as to the false imprisonment charge. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim. Do you live with the victim?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to allow you to return one time with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that you have. And I'm going to order you not to possess any weapons or firearms. All right, best luck to you. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, okay? All right, Elijah Robles.
President approaching Your Honor, he declined the services of the public defender.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Robles, can you state your full name for me?
Elijah Robles.
All right, sir, I believe you're here on 3 cases. The first case is you were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I reviewed that. I will find probable cause exists for those offenses. I'll set your bond at $2,500 for count 1 and $500 for count 2 of that case. Also order you not to possess any drugs or alcohol as a condition of release. You're also here on the charges of aggravated battery, aggravated assault, contributing to the delinquency of a minor child, and petty theft. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, this is again the same affidavit that we've been having problems with this morning.
But this is Elijah, and I believe.
I don't think the aggravated assault happened with him.
Correct. Looks like he was the battery.
Why did he hit me with the paraphernalia?
Sir, I'm going to advise you to just hold off on saying anything. You're being recorded, and anything that you say can be used against you. Right now, I'm just determining if there's probable cause in the affidavit to set it for your arrest, okay? So just give me 1 second. I'm giving the state a chance to say something.
So yes, I think that he is I can't tell if he's the driver of the car. Because I would say that he may be the assault based on driving the car closer. If you see where it talks about him driving the car closer to the victim. And then the battery would be grabbed him by the shirt.
Where are you saying the assault? Where are you looking at?
So on the second paragraph, where it says Enroy saw Eli in a white car, but I can't tell if Eli's the driver of the car. That's my question. Like the third line, second line.
Okay, as to the first count, I'll find probable cause exists for the lesser included charge of battery. I'll find no probable cause exists for aggravated assault. I'll find no probable cause exists for contributing to the delinquency of a minor child. I'll find no probable cause exists to petty theft. I'll set your bond as to $500 as to count 1 Order you to have no contact with the victim and not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition.
We'd also ask for no contact with the co-defendants.
And no contact with the co-defendants. Thank you. And then the last case, you were out on bond for accessory after the fact to a first-degree life felony in case 2022 CF 003055. I'm going to revoke your bond and set it at 0 as to that offense. All right, best of luck to you, sir.
What's that case number again, please?
2022 CF 3055. All right, thank you, sir. Next is Manuel Albuquerque.
He's in the cage, Your Honor, President approaches.
Good morning. Can I have your full name? All right, Mr. Albuquerque, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant. The warrant is to hold you at no bond. County were extradite. I'm trying to see what county it is. Okay. Yes, it's Orange County. So you'll be extradited back to the Orange County Jail. You'll be held at no bond until you see the trial judge, okay? Good luck to you. Osmel Amaro Capillo. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your full name? Okay. Have we started over again in the docket? Do I need to get the interpreter? No, I haven't read. Okay, we'll get to you in a second, okay, sir? Can we have him sit back down for one moment until we get the interpreter on the line? Thank you. All right, the Frank Michael Gutierrez Vargas case is also an interpreter case. We'll come back to that. Do you know what this is? Signed by both ways? Sorry? This is a case we have on the dock. Okay, is a Skylar Burkett there?
Your Honor, no, he was not brought down. He has a VOP arraignment date now. I took him off the appearance list.
Okay. All right. Then I think that brings us back to the beginning with Andres Burgos Colon. Is that an interpreter case?
That's correct, Your Honor, but William LaPrey is ready.
Okay, we'll call William LaPrey. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
William LaPrey. Good morning to you too also.
Sir, you were arrested for trespass. I did review the affidavit. I will find probable cause. It does look like I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. It does look like you qualify for pretrial release.
May I be heard as to bond, Your Honor?
Sure, are you requesting pretrial release or a bond?
Your Honor, I'm requesting ROR. Mr. LaPrey has about 10 cases or more where he was found permanently incompetent to proceed between the years of 2017 and 2022. Blow versus State of Florida from the Southern Second District holds that where a defendant is presumptively incompetent to proceed after the hearing to determine otherwise, and that status follows him until there is an evaluation and a subsequent finding of competent to proceed. defense is requesting ROR at this time based on that, Your Honor, rather than bond or pretrial release. And I do have case numbers where he was found permanently incompetent to proceed, and those cases were dismissed, if Your Honor would like any of those case numbers.
No objection to the ROR, Your Honor.
Okay. What I'll also say is I forgot to say he does have another case that's in front of us today. Mr. Lepre, you were also arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Based on there not being does the state change their objection based on those additional charges?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Based on there not being an objection, I will release you on your own recognizance. Best luck to you, sir.
Your Honor,
I can't hear him. It doesn't matter. Best of luck to you, sir. If you have any questions, ask your attorney. All right, now we're going to try and call the interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter, and I have been previously sworn.
Great. Thank you. Good morning to you.
Good morning once again, Your Honor.
Okay, we've got, we're still doing Osceola, so I think we've got about 5 of those, okay? So we're going to go through those.
Yes, sir.
All right, the first one is Andres Vidal Burgos Colon.
And, Your Honor, to whatever extent you have case numbers available, if you could kindly provide them to the interpreter, please.
I will. I don't think this one has a case number yet.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Burgos Colon is approaching, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero. Por favor, dígame su nombre. Andrés Burgos.
All right, sir. You were arrested for resisting without an arrest without violence.
Señor, usted fue arrestado por un cargo de resistir un agente de orden público sin violencia.
I have reviewed
Yes, sir.
I will find probable cause exists for the arrest.
He revisado la affidavit y determino que existen indicios razonables para el arresto.
I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you.
Voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público para que los representen.
I'm going to set your bond at $250.
Voy a programar su fianza en $250.
All right, if you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
Si tiene alguna pregunta, hable con su abogada. Muy buena suerte.
All right. This case is Jomarly Estrano. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Can you state your full name?
Buenas tardes o buenos días. Por favor, dígame su nombre completo, despacio, voz alta. Yormani Estrano. Yormarly Estrano.
All right, ma'am. You were picked up for an arrest for driving while license suspended.
Señor, usted fue detenida por un cargo de conducir con licencia suspendida.
I've reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists for your arrest.
He revisado la affidavit y determino que existen indicios razonables para su arresto.
I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you.
Voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público para que las representen.
You don't qualify for a pretrial release, so I'm going to set your bond at $500.
Usted no reúne requisitos para la libertad provisional, por lo tanto le voy a programar su fianza en $500.
All right, best of luck. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, just for clarification, for the record, Ms. Estrano was charged with driving with an expired license for more than 6 months.
Su señoría, para quedar claro, para aclarar y que consten actas, la señorita fue detenida por conducir con licencia caducada más allá de 6 meses.
Rather than driving while license suspended, I just want to clarify that for future sanction
en vez de conducir con licencia suspendida. Por lo tanto, quería aclarar eso en actas para que en el caso que en el futuro tenga alguna repercusión sobre las sanciones.
Okay, thank you, and I believe you're correct, so that's correct. So thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias. Creo que usted está correcta. Muchas gracias, su señoría.
All right, next is Jesslyn Maris Melendez. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name?
Buenos días, señora. Por favor, me da su nombre completo, despacio y en voz alta, por favor.
Yeslian Nicole Mauraz Meléndez.
Clarification, señora. Dígamelo despacito, por favor. ¿Yeslin qué?
Yeslian Nicole Mauraz Meléndez.
Yeslian Nicole Maraz Meréndez.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You were arrested for battery domestic violence.
Muchas gracias, señora. Usted fue arrestada por un cargo de agresión física, violencia doméstica. Correct.
I reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists for the arrest.
He revisado la affidavit y determino que existen indicios razonables para el arresto.
Do you currently still live with the victim in this case, ma'am?
¿Usted aún vive con la víctima en este caso, señorita? Yes.
Okay, does the state have an objection to no hostile contact, or do they want no contact?
Yes, for no
¿La fiscalía tiene alguna objeción a permitirle contacto sin hostilidad o prefieren prohibición de contacto?
We'd ask for no contact without the victim present, Your Honor.
Pedimos que la prohibición de contacto si no está presente la víctima, su señoría.
And if I didn't already say, I'll appoint the office of the public defender. Does the defender want, or does the defense want to be heard?
Si no lo había dicho anteriormente, decirlo a las oficinas del defensor público, la defensa quiere opinar.
Your Honor, given the age of the defendant and the fact that she and the alleged victim do reside together, defense would ask for no hostile contact.
Su señoría basado en la... No worries, counsel. Su señoría, basado en la edad de la acusada y que residen juntos, estamos pidiendo que le permita contacto sin hostilidad.
Or in the alternative, a one-time escort with law enforcement, Your Honor, to retrieve belongings and set up other arrangements for living.
De manera alterna, si le podemos permitir un regreso una sola vez acompañado de un agente del orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales y para tramitar situaciones alternas.
No objection to a one-time return, Your Honor.
No tenemos objeción a que regrese una sola vez, su señoría.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $500.
Su fianza será programada en $500.
I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim in this case.
Le ordeno una prohibición de contacto con la víctima en este caso.
I will allow a one-time return with the assistance of law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Le voy a permitir que regrese una sola vez acompañado de un agente del orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am.
Buena suerte, señora.
Osmel Amaro Carpio.
Your Honor, can I respectfully request a spelling of that last name?
Amaro -Carpio.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, sir, can I have your full name, please?
Señor, ¿me puede dar su nombre completo, por favor? Despacio, en voz alta.
Osmel Amaro Carpio.
Osmel Amaro Carpio.
All right, sir, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant from Orange County.
Señor, usted fue detenido debido a una orden de arresto emitida en el condado de Orange.
The warrant?
Yes.
The warrant is holding you at no bond on all counts.
La orden de arresto lo mantiene detenido sin derecho a fianza en este momento en todos los cargos.
You're going to be held at no bond until you're transported back to Orange County and seen by the trial judge.
Usted va a permanecer detenido sin derecho a fianza hasta que lo transporten al condado de Orange y usted comparezca en frente del juez de su caso.
Best of luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, caballero.
Okay, and I believe the last case in Osceola is Frank Michael Gutierrez Vargas. Private counsel present?
Tribal counsel is not here at the jail, Your Honor.
We don't have any attorneys waiting, do we? Okay. All right, give me 1 second. All right, sir, good morning. Could I have your full name? Is the interpreter? I know. Is the interpreter still on?
Yes, Your Honor. My apologies. Señor, si me puede dar su nombre completo despacio y en voz alta, por favor. Frank Gutierrez.
All right, Mr. Gutierrez, you were picked up on a warrant for accessory after the fact on a capital felony.
Señor, usted fue detenido en una orden de arresto por cómplice del delito capital después de los hechos.
And tampering with or fabricating physical evidence.
Y por interferir o fabricar pruebas físicas.
The bond you have no bond as to count 1 pursuant to the warrant.
Según la orden de arresto, no tiene derecho a fianza en este momento en el primer cargo.
And bond is set at $5,000 as to count 2.
Y en el segundo cargo, la fianza está programada en $5,000.
You're also ordered to have no contact with the co-defendant.
También se le prohíbe contacto con el coacusado.
And as I previously said, the previous judge found probable cause.
Y como le he indicado anteriormente, un juez ya de antemano había determinado que existen indicios razonables.
All right, best of luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, caballero.
None. Okay. Do we need anything else from Osceola?